Minister McGinley to the House this evening. Now, okay, the debate has been very inspiring and interesting, and it was remiss of me, Senator O'Donovan, in my earlier remarks not to commend the previous government for being brave and taking the initiative, setting up the Restorative Justice Commission, which led to the pilot projects and certainly contributed to them, and indeed the previous work of the Justice Committee. And I would see the next stage being the Justice Committee recommending the type of legislation which is required in order to make this, I suppose, let's put it like this, mainstream, because everyone has said that the prison system isn't working. I think of the rotten apple within a barrel of apples, but what if the barrel itself is rotten? And unfortunately, the prison system simply isn't working, through no fault of many very good personnel within the system, but the reality is there are too many people in prison who shouldn't be in prison. Their only interest in victims at the moment is the victim impact statement, which many people believe is not working either. The victim needs to have a far more central role in the whole process. And restorative justice is a very nice way of ensuring that the victim's voice is heard in a true and meaningful way, in a way that will make a difference in society, a way that will serve the public interest, a way that will make our society better, a way that will make the young people in our society who unfortunately find themselves falling into crime, identifying a better and more successful path in life. I think that the contributions across the House have proven that restorative justice is indeed a political issue, but thankfully isn't a party political issue. It certainly is not a party political football. So in that sense, I have great hope that we are going to see in the future years a very well-defined mainstream national restorative justice programme which will achieve great results in this country. What gives me the hope is the fact that this has received unanimous support. So effectively, restorative justice now has set is in train, if you like, and it won't stop. It will transcend future administrations and generations. And that, I think, is something that's very welcome. While our debate tonight has been informative and indeed the Minister's speech very inspiring and encouraging, and the clear commitment that's been made in the Minister's speech that we are going to see this becoming national and that the pilot projects are going to become national. That's something that's very encouraging. I suppose I would like to probably hear more in terms of a time frame as to when this is going to happen. You know, in many ways, you look at the IMF, I'm surprised that they haven't made this a priority, given the fact that it is proven to be cost-saving. But I'm sure that Troika will be very happy with the Minister's speech in the sense that we are going to now make this mainstream. I think that it's been a very good debate. While it may be a drop in the ocean in the overall context, drops in the ocean, if they're properly penetrated, can have a significant ripple effect. And I sincerely hope that as we move forward with the hearings now that the Justice Committee is going to have later on in the term, that we may return to this topic under private members' time effectively to report progress. I would certainly love to see legislation in this regard brought before the House of the Oireachtas in the not too distant future, and hopefully within this term of government. But I do want to see, I do want it to be got right. I want the proper research to be done if it means a national pilot project initially, in order for us to take the baby steps which will lead to a much more, if you like, defined programme. Well, let that be. But I would like to see a national programme initiated in the very near future, which will lead then hopefully to the proper structures being put in place through legislation. Because unfortunately, the victims of crime haven't really been legislated for. The offenders of crime haven't been given the type of opportunities that they deserve in this country. What has convinced me, in conclusion of Cathaoirleach, about restorative justice is what I've heard at the lectures and seminars I've attended in the last number of months, which is the people on the ground, the practitioners, the passion that they have, the belief that this is the right way, the success stories that they have seen, the futures that they have seen enhanced, the opportunities that it has given people who perhaps would not have had an opportunity in life but for this particular process. That is what has convinced me that there is no alternative. So with that, I would like to thank all the members across the House for their very informative and enlightened contributions, and let's hope we see a bright future for both the victims and offenders of crime going forward.
Thank you, Senator. Is the motion agreed to? Agreed? Great. When is